welcome to part 3 of my entire Hong Kong trip. You guys see me getting ready to head out to Aqua, which I was highly anticipating for their exquisite reputation, especially as it looks over Victoria Harbour, and their high quality dining experience. So I've been losing sleep, really trying to share this video with you guys because I cannot wait to show you all of Hong Kong's culture and authenticity. And you already know there's no way you cannot do a catwalk when the entrance looks this good. Starting out our trip here was possibly one of the best ideas we could have had. We were starving and feeling our best, so we had quite a few orders for tonight's menu, and I was so excited to start with the crab appetizer. The freshness and quality was on par, the wagyu just truly melted into my mouth, and the sauces complemented incredibly well. The rolls were addicting, and the pizza was surprisingly so thin and crisp. I really want to know what kind of cheese they used because I absolutely loved how it did not feel greasy. And truly nothing beats when all of your expectations are met, so now we're winding down with some snacks at the convenience store right under the hotel and resting before an incredibly busy trip. Give it a few minutes, but you guys know it's really hard for us to not go out, so we decided to hunt for a really good egg waffle, and so get ready for a lot of Hong Kong's nightlife and so much exploring. Anytime you guys see a street vendor, make sure you go out and give it a try. I found the best egg waffle just from walking around and asking Hong Kong natives. So good, the best egg waffle I've ever had in my life. Good morning, everybody. Let's get the day started with some amazing views and a really nice breakfast setup here at the Ritz. I loved everything about the Cantonese breakfast set along with the French toast we ordered, which was really needed for all of the things we had going on for today. My favorite was definitely the pork congee, and so I'm just really happy that the quality of the room service was so high that alone gave us an energy boost. The best way to grasp how the city functions is by going on foot, and I'm incredibly happy that I did because I love being able to soak in every view, each landmark and tourist destination. This is why traveling is so beautiful and the little things seem even more worthwhile. And there's really nothing more beautiful than melting into another culture, so I'm really glad for this entire trip we were able to sightsee just as much as a tourist can hope. In front of me is this ferry that takes you to Macau all the way from Hong Kong, and I think it should take about 2 hours to get there, and it's called the Sky Shuttle that's connected to a mall, so you could do a little bit of shopping or you guys could just relax here before heading to the port. Now we finally reached Shun Center, and here you can see all of the delicious food that we're about to eat and we're so excited for. You guys can see how packed this restaurant is and how they have the trolleys, so this experience was definitely a 10 out of 10. It was a little hard to order, especially since the English menu was on their app, but being a foreigner and having no pictures, it was a little hard for us to choose, but I think we did pretty well with our selection. It was pretty affordable and the taste really met our expectation, so there was no complaints here. Hungry yet? Alright guys, so next stop is going to be a matcha egg waffle that I'm dying to get right now. I'm so excited for that, especially because I love egg waffles. We used to get one like every week in America, but Korea, it's really hard to find one, and honestly I haven't seen one in Korea yet. So I'm really excited for this egg waffle. It seems like all boba, desserts, egg waffles, like they're all so good here. So I'm really excited. Anytime you're on vacation, expect desserts back to back to back to back. If our tummies are happy, then we're happy. So this entire trip, I'm really proud to say that I was on the hunt for the best desserts and egg waffles, and I really think I did just that. So now you guys see us making a quick stop to Mammy Pancakes, and their matcha egg waffle was so good, it was actually really hard to put down. Let's take a cab to go to Landmark, which I'm beyond excited for. All of the holiday decorations and festivities that Hong Kong transforms into. So today's itinerary is to get all of the festive feels. Landmark is one of the most well-known malls, and I can really see why. The vibes and layout almost reminds me of South Coast Plaza in Orange County where I'm from, but everyone here was so friendly, even for how packed it was. But I think since we're all adults with no children, it was a momentary fun to appreciate all of the work put into this, but it actually just got us more excited to see the other malls and how festive they were. Now let's head back to our room. And now heading back to our hotel, one of the things I really wanted to highlight on this trip was just how lucky I felt to have been a guest here at the Ritz-Carlton, who only showed us thoughtfulness and extreme kindness throughout our trip. And before heading out to the Christmas disco, I really wanted to show you guys our dinner we had here at 8 Pots. Their popcorn chicken was definitely one of the favorite things I missed eating throughout my entire life in America. But now sadly, I wasn't able to show you guys much of the Christmas disco we had for tonight's itinerary, mostly because this night was such a shit show. It was just so much going on this night, so we were even lucky to spend 10 minutes here. But there's no way we would have gone through this entire night without this beautiful table of desserts here from Ching. Oh my god. Oh, we deserve this. We really deserve this. And I really wanted to show you guys the foot traffic here in Hong Kong at night, right at the train station. Welcome to OZONE, everybody, the highest bar in the world, and it was so special, especially because I'm not a drinker, so when I do have a sip of bubbly, I prefer it to be somewhere a little more extravagant. I really value the attentive and caring service, which you can get from Hong Kong's hospitality, which I love the most. And let me tell you guys, we love welcome champagne, and the vibes were so immaculate tonight. Cheers! Happy New Year's Eve! Not me trying to explain the drink menu but failing miserably, but the drinks here are going to be divided by their 5 signature elements, being fire, water, wood, air, and metal. I think that anyone can just about agree that when the drink also entertains, it just adds more spark to your night and makes the drink that much more memorable. But we're trying to order more non-alcoholic drinks, and I swear I could have drank 10 glasses of this lychee champagne. I literally only drank once a Blue Moon because besides having a hangover, I now remembered how bad the drunchies get. So here we go, ordering a club sandwich and a burger piled with a mountain of fries. So while I am happily regretting eating this, I can't wait to get drunk again another 3 years. Okay, and starting the day with something new, we're trying an egg tart for the first time before eating brunch, but I got to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of egg, but it was so popular, we just had to try. And we had no regrets. So now one of the best things about Hong Kong is that you could literally walk just about anywhere and find extremely good food. So we're here at this restaurant and I'm so happy we got to try because the service and staff are so friendly, and really what's a better way than starting your day off with a great meal and a great service. Okay guys, so our first order on the drinks menu is a Hong Kong style iced coffee with milk tea, and I heard that in Hong Kong milk tea is like one of their specialty drinks here. It's very well known, so I'm really excited to drink this as it's my first time. Oh look, perfect timing. And then now we have the hot milk tea, and I heard this is really popular and famous in Hong Kong, and it's a must try. Thank you, Mom. So right here we are very excited for this especially. And today's goal is to truly melt into Hong Kong's most beautiful views, starting with Victoria Harbour, which felt so wholesome. Spending some time here and really getting a feel of tourism and activity from Hong Kongers who spend their entire days here, while walking around seeing everyone's style and aesthetic was one of my favorite parts too. And so you walk a little further and you're connected to Tsim Sha Tsui, and this was just picture perfect, you guys. I think everyone who goes here to Hong Kong should make a stop here, especially because of how famous it is, but because you cannot find this anywhere else. So you really feel the essence of Hong Kong. And we also saw this very cute ice cream truck that everybody was waiting an extremely long line for, so we had to go for it. And around this area, everything is pretty well connected, so now to get to F1 MUSEA, we had to pass through Harbour City, and look how cute the unicorn Christmas decorations were! And you guys know that this mall defines luxury. If you guys love shopping luxurious brands, I would really recommend coming here, because shopping at this mall truly makes you feel like what you bought feels even more luxurious, and you could definitely drop a bag here. And you guys are seeing the viewpoint of what you would be looking through if you guys came to shop at F1 MUSEA. So now as we're cutting through the train stations and the outdoor malls, we're on our way to see Victoria Peak. On any occasion or no reason at all, I love going on drives so much. I think it gives me the most peace of mind. And the drive up to Victoria Peak and Stanley Road was actually one of my favorites here in Hong Kong. So I can't wait to show you guys the beauty of Victoria Peak and let its beauty speak for itself. Alright guys, so right behind me is Victoria Peak. I finally made it up here at the exact time I wanted to, which was at sunset. And the view up here is so amazing. You just get lost with every angle of this place. There's not so much walking space though, unless you go hiking up in the neighborhood, or if you find like a really nice spot in like the little seating around, but there's not that much. But honestly, it's worth traveling for. So if you guys ever plan to come visit in Hong Kong, you have to time it right and come here because it's just so beautiful. One of the really big points I felt connected to with Hong Kong was just how mesmerized and amazed I was at how this small country grabs at your heart at every corner. With the breeze hitting you just right and seeing how everyone around you is enjoying the scenery just as much as you are, this was exactly what I wanted to experience here in Hong Kong. But before heading back to our Christmas buffet at the Ritz, which I sadly won't be showing you guys here because I posted it in my part 1 video, I really wanted to show you guys the snacks we got and what you guys can expect going here. The displays really make you want to order one of everything, but to be sincerely honest, we weren't able to finish the desserts because it wasn't what we were hoping, but it was a good pre-snack before dinner. While we're riding the taxi, I wanted to show you guys the changes in taxi fare that's been implemented since last year. It's not too big of a jump, but there is a slight change, so I thought this would be really helpful for those who come a little bit more prepared. And after being stuffed after such a great Christmas buffet at the Ritz, we really wanted to visit some of the Christmas markets, but everybody was actually camping along the Victoria Harbour, where it felt so festive, but honestly a little too crowded for us, so we decided to enjoy the vibes while it lasted, but now it's really some time to get dessert. I'm a little obsessed with traveling around Asia, and that's partly because at any time of day it's so safe for you to walk around and explore. We really took advantage of that, and I love when you travel and you do things you normally would never do or maybe choose not to do in your own city. So we saw so many different tourist spots like Fashion Walk, Times Square, and seeing all of the stores and restaurants being packed and filled just makes you want to stay out even more. And not just that, that, but traveling is so important to prioritize and not just exploring what the country has to offer, but I really feel deeply that being more educated and blended in the country's culture is the most important just in life. And seeing how active the nightlife was here and how busy people were, it just really woke us up to being that much more excited to see as much as we could for the rest of the night. My god, you guys, I need to hype up Auntie's sweet desserts because it runs through my mind all day, even now. I just can't believe how good the quality of the desserts were. And seriously, if you're in Hong Kong, make some time to go to Auntie's. The mango just melted in my mouth like I've never experienced before. And every dessert we got, we were just so shocked at how great the quality was. Being our last day here, here's a pro tip. Check the green button that tells you guys which side you get off on the train. I actually can't believe we went all the way to Hong Kong and ate at the Cheesecake Factory, but we've been feeling so homesick of all of our favorite foods. We had to try at least one that brought us a little closer to home. So here's a plate full of our favorite dishes, and I can't believe we were able to experience a little bite of home. So I'm really happy we started our day like this. And I'm really happy to show you guys more of the city life here as you walk on the streets. It's incredibly active and busy, but now we're on our way to get some TrueDan boba, which I didn't know this about myself, but I am now the biggest fan of Ceylon milk tea. The standard of desserts here are on another level, you guys. So anytime your eyes are locked on something, just go ahead and get it because it's probably what you're expecting in your head. And now I'm able to show you guys the most iconic and memorable drive here in Hong Kong, which was up to Stanley Road. This was actually not originally part of our itinerary, but we were recommended by this through our cab driver who took us up to Victoria Peak. And he told us how this was a must-see, and I'm so glad that we took the opportunity to come here. I would have definitely regretted if we missed the opportunity to come. But even the drive up here, you feel like you're almost in this picture film and you're forgetting that you're in this very loud, very active Hong Kong. You're brought to a more serene atmosphere where people are just soaking in the atmosphere, grabbing a nice meal, spending some quality time with their loved ones and friends, and just walking around to check out some of the street markets. Stanley Road is really where time stopped a little for me. It just put my perspective into drive, and I just hope that throughout my entire life, I'll always be surrounded by an abundance of happiness, more graciousness, and just the people who I love more than myself and more than life to experience a bigger world together. I actually replayed this moment in my head over and over again once I came back home from Hong Kong, but I'm so grateful that this entire day was as beautiful as it was, and it just shined upon us in such a beautiful way that you really can't forget. What more can we ask for, right? But anyways, you guys, Stanley Road is known for their street markets, but this one was so cute, being indoors, and we even got to see this cute Bichon Frise stealing the show. And while we're actually catching this, it's really nice to see the sunset hour on our way back, and we really needed another dessert to fill us up. So until then, we're heading out to see some of the night markets and enjoy our night. And now as we're heading back to the city, we're so excited to be looking for this dessert shop that we found on Instagram way before we decided to come to Hong Kong. But now I'm wanting to show you guys a different time here in Times Square and a different point of view during sunset hour and some of the aesthetics you could also see on the train. I really want to hype up how amazing Hong Kong's desserts are. I mean, you could just walk around all day and night and just eat and fill your stomachs up with just the desserts alone. And I wish I could give you guys a spoonful of this dessert because the coconut flavors and the freshness of the toppings and the grass jelly was just so mouth-watering. Okay, and this night, I'm not so sure if we were having some bad timing or just didn't go to the right locations, but there weren't that many night markets around, but we were able to see many restaurants having these extremely long lines, and we did get to get a really nice chessboard as a souvenir. And this night in particular, we were incredibly starving, so I'm not sure if the dessert filled us up so much because it was a little bit on the healthier side. So we did decide to go out to our most favorite meal, ending our night eating some hot pot, which really kicked it off for us. Going back to what you always love to eat is definitely not a bad idea. Okay, you guys, welcome to peaceful Lun Nunnery. As we explore today of both the temples we visited, we're looking at one of the more peaceful ones because it was so quiet, but it was such a great way to just soak everything in and really take advantage of all of the beauty here as we were one of the only people. So let's take a look at the beauty of each temple's architecture. Now the last box to check off of our itinerary is Wong Tai Sin Temple. This was the busier temple we visited as many people were giving offerings and prayers very early in the morning, and there were many stands outside where you could actually buy incense to pay your respects. And I've come to see for myself how valuable it is to tour around different temples all around Asia. The depth it gives you and allows you to enter their culture gives such a lasting impact and a good memory for when you want to replay it again and again in your head when you're starting to miss traveling. And you guys could see the liveliness and respect here, and I think that allows you to personally understand the people and their country a little bit more meaningfully. And now that you guys know us a little bit more, before leaving, we just had to see a little bit more of the streets before heading out to the airport. And so we got fresh tea, which we needed a little bit of an energy boost because we were so sad to be leaving, and there's no better way than cheering yourself up with some boba. And that's it for the whole 6 days. Thank you so much everyone for reaching this point of the video, and I hope you guys get a chance to visit Hong Kong. It's so memorable and so amazing. You're very lucky if you ever come here. Alright guys, so now sadly that concludes my 6-day trip here in Hong Kong, and I hope you guys made it to the end of the video to see and hear my confessionals towards the end. This is something I really want to do in every video, and something that I want to look back on to just kind of remember and relive the memory of the whole entire trip. So I'm really excited to be going back home, but I'm also really sad. I always get like this towards the end of the last few days where I get into like this funk of being extremely sad and not wanting to go back home. But in this trip, it was really, really special, especially because last year my family and I were in, I think, the lowest point in our lives together, and it was incredibly hard to overcome everything that we did. So as our family became just us three, we overcame so much together, and we healed together. So this whole trip, spending Christmas by ourselves for the first time, and also being able to celebrate it in such a grand way, being at the Ritz celebrating Christmas at the buffet, and just being able to travel abroad for a holiday, it was just so amazing. I think every step of the way with our downs, but even better with our ups, we had such a great memory, such a great time together. And I think, when you travel or when you just, grow with people, you kind of learn more about things that, that make you tick, or things that, maybe you could do better or you could do differently to match them more. So I think that compromise is really important, and we learned that a little bit more in this trip. But It was so amazing just being able to spend it together and just appreciate each other more and just be more hopeful for the new year. So I think we're ending this year on such a high note. I'm really looking forward to 2023. I have more videos coming up. This video for Hong Kong is going to be in 3 parts, like I said in the beginning. So I'll be showing you guys a little bit more on that again. But in my next trip is going to be on my short weekend trip in Lotte Tower in Seoul, Korea for New Year's. And then afterwards, it's going to be Thailand for my birthday. So if anyone has any recommendations of any unique or special things to do in Phuket or in Bangkok, please put it down in the comments so I could plan my trips a little bit better. But until then, you guys, I'll see you guys very soon. And thanks again for making it to the end of this video. And I hope you guys had a really special Merry Christmas. So see you guys next time.